All right, KI, today we're going to read one of my favorites by one of my favorite authors, Maurice Sendak. And you probably know it or watch the movie Where the Wild Things Are. So now, touch your cover. Good. Touch your back. Touch your spine. Let's see if it has a title page. Oh, beautiful illustrations. Open up the title page. Oh, 2 title pages. And guess what? It did have a book jacket, but I think my son read this book outside. So that's why we have book jackets, to protect the book, right? So first, make a prediction. What do you think this story is going to be about? Okay. I see monsters. I see this little boy. Now look I see red words where the are. Red words are everywhere. Where the wild things are. Story, ready? Then Night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. So why was he sent to bed? Yeah, he talked a little fresh to his mom. He said, "I'll eat you up." And she did not like that. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. Look at that forest. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. Look at that. Look at the details Maurice Sendak put into these pictures, guys. Oh, look at this. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through the night and day. So we know, if you eagle eye, his name's what? Max. And if you cover up the M, it has the chunky monkey axe. And we see that the settings changed from his bedroom to the forest to now he's on a private boat. Ooh, look at this, look at this, look at this. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. So Max has been on this boat for over a year in his make-believe land, and he's going to see the wild things. Can you guys see some wild things? And when he came to a place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth. Look at that. And rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Still Max said, "Be still." Now, do you guys see that? Max is speaking. What do we see here? Quotation marks mean someone speaking. And tame them with the magic stick. Or trick. Do you guys see Mrs. Ingenito just messed up trick? And then I self-corrected. Stick. Self-correction's fine. Of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. So the wild things are scared of Max. And made him king of all wild things. Look it. His outfit's changed. He now has a crown on, and the wild thing's attitude has changed. They now think he's the king. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. Look at this. No words. No words. Why do you think the author didn't write words? What's he want you to do? Think about it. What's he want you to do? Yep. He wants you to eagle eye the picture. Authors can speak. Illustrators can speak with no words sometimes. What? No words. Look at all the fun the wild things are having. Man, Max is really a great king. What? Look. Tell me, what do you see? What details do you see? Oh, I see something with this monster that makes it totally fictional. Remember, look at his eyebrows. Eyebrows show feeling, facial expressions. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was looking lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. So does Max feel like the wild things love him a lot or a little bit? Because here it says, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Who do you think loves Max best of all? Who loves you best of all? Go ahead. Who loves you the most? Name all the people who love you. Take a minute, pause the video. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. What do you think he smelled? And for him to give up king, who's he missing that he will sacrifice being king? And I really want you, look at him. Look at his expression. Is he happy, sad, missing home? But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." Look at all those red words, love bugs. The, go, you, up, we love you so, and said no. That's why red words are important. They help those words come right out of your mouth when you're reading. The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. So even the monsters getting angry and trying to keep Max didn't keep him. He's really missing home, I think. And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. So look, it's nighttime. The setting's changing. Now he's leaving the wild land and going back home on his private boat. And now it's nighttime too, so that's part of the setting. All right. And into the night of his very own room where he found his supper waiting for him. So what was Max smelling? What was he smelling? The author gives us clues. He found his supper waiting for him. When he was with the wild things, he could smell his supper waiting in his room. And it was still hot. What? How could his supper still be hot if he was gone a year? Was he really gone a year, K.I.? Was he dreaming? Would you want to go to where the wild things are? What was your favorite part of this story? Now, who are the characters? Who are the characters? Yeah? Take a pause. Who are the characters? Tell me who the characters are. Pause it. What was the setting? Describe all the different settings. Day, night, places, seasons. What was Mr. Max's problem? What did he say to his mom? Got him in trouble, talking back a little bit. How did Max solve his problem? Where did Max go? What was the solution? Very good, very good. How did the story end? What was the ending? Where did Max end up going? Excellent, excellent. Now go into Google Classroom and leave your favorite emoji. Did you like this story? Did you not like this story? Was it a good story? Was it a bad story? And maybe tell me, why did the author write this story? Are they trying to teach you about Max or boats or monsters? Or are they trying to entertain you? All right, good job, K.I. Bye.